One of you guys sent me this. Let's look at this one. One of the day one watching. So let's see here. 5 biggest lies alpha men tell you. Okay, let's see what this is going to say. Oh, hold on.
That God.
Let's see how this female is. Let's have fun. I already know that this one's, I'm about to cook this hoe. I already know.
Godly men never would. Number 1, if you're not a virgin, you're worthless. Don't believe the lie and choose to reweigh.
Okay, no one ever said you're worthless if you're not a virgin. What we do typically say, though, is we want a woman with a lower body count. I think most of us, especially myself, are a bit more pragmatic and understand that it's going to be very difficult for you to find a woman that's a virgin. Okay, so it is what it is. But to say a woman's useless if she's a virgin, no one. I've never said that. I don't think I've ever heard Andrew say that. But again, right, women like this always lie to try to make it sound more extreme. But anyway, and women do this all the time, by the way. I can't tell you guys how many times I'll make a point and women will completely bastardize and or misinterpret what I'm saying because what I say makes them feel a certain way and then they reinterpret what they feel versus what I actually said. You guys saw yesterday. How many times did the girl misinterpret what I was saying? Women are horrible at doing that shit. It's like they lack the ability to like listen to what you said specifically and argue what you said specifically. Rather, they argue what you said and how it made them feel. It's very important that you guys understand this, okay? Because this woman's doing it right now. Women do this all the time. You will make a point, and they won't argue with you about the point you made. They'll argue about how the point made them feel. You guys get that? It's so important, man. This is so goddamn important. I'm going to do another camera angle for you. Pay attention. Women rarely argue, right, or challenge your actual viewpoint or what you said. Rather, they challenge how what you said made them feel, which are two distinct things, very different. Because unfortunately, the only thing you can control is what you say. You can't control how she feels. I'll give you an example. This was yesterday. I'll say something along the lines of men lead, women follow. That's how things have always been. She says, you hate women. Okay. See what I did there? That's a very common one. So if I'll say something, men lead, women follow, they'll interpret that and spin it back as, you hate women, right? And the reason why they do this is because they don't want to actually engage with what I said or the merits of what I said. Rather, they would listen to what I say, take how they feel, and then engage me with that. Because the problem when we go off of how women feel, they can change that shit. So when they're arguing with you, so I tell you guys all the time, don't even bother arguing with women. They don't go off of what you said. They just go off how you made them feel. And since how they feel changes every fucking day, it's going to be a new assortment of, of chaos. A woman's feelings are chaos. Her emotions are chaos. These are not rationally sound individuals. This is why every fucking, civilization has realized that women can't hold power. And when they hold power, it creates a lot of issues. But then women will hear what I say when I say that and say, oh, you hate women. No, I just understand them. Would I give a child dynamite? No. Would I give a child a handgun? No. Would I give a child an AR-15? No. Why? Because it's a dangerous weapon and they don't know how to use it. It's a tool that they have no ability to utilize properly. Women with power are like children with AR-15s. That's misogynistic. That's up. Oh, well. Because when I talk with men, I don't have to deal with this as much. I don't have to worry about them like misinterpreting what I'm saying based off how they feel. Now, are there some men out there that are emotional dumb? Of course. Of course. But I know the likelihood of a guy misinterpreting what I'm saying and using his feelings to decipher what I said is significantly less than that of a female. If I talk to a guy and I say the things that I say, maybe there's a 20% chance they're going to interpret it incorrectly like a female. But if I talk to a female, there's an 80% chance she's going to interpret it wrong like a female. If I say something like, men need to stop being and, run their relationships, men aren't going to sit there and say, oh, you hate men. See a difference? I need you guys to see, like, if I say men lead, women follow, a lot of women will interpret that as I hate women. But if I turn it around, I say, yo, you got to stop being you got to lead your girl, you're the leader, no dude's going to sit there and say you hate men. On the contrary, they're going to say, damn, you're right, actually. You're right. That's the difference between talking to men and talking to women. That's the difference. Men are far more open to criticism. We welcome criticism because we understand that we must perform to get what we want, so we're far more okay with getting criticized. Women aren't, because they don't have to perform to get what they want. So whenever you criticize them, it's like you're talking to them in Japanese and they don't know how to respond. And that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I tell a man, yo, men need to lead. They need to stop being, you need to be the provider. You need to get in the gym. You need to get your together. You have to become the man that she submits to. You're right, bro. You're right. Not one time has someone come back and said, yo, you hate men. Not one time. Not one time have I said that and someone responded saying you hate men. But for some odd reason, if I say, yo, men lead, women follow. You're supposed to submit to your man, blah, blah, blah. You hate women. And then that will turn around and say, I want to do that 6 foot making $150K per year. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. These stupid will turn around, literally, next sentence, and describe a man as superior to them in every single way. Incredible. Incredible. The disconnect is insane with modern women. Insane. And this woman right here is no different. I guarantee you, she cannot pull up one clip of me saying, if you're not a virgin, you're useless. What the? Nobody said that. You dumb. Nobody said that. What we did say is that you preserve more of your value when you are a virgin, and women that are promiscuous have no value or low value. I know we've said that. But again, women almost always bastardize what you say or misinterpret it or interpret it through their feelings, which makes it wrong anyway, because they lack the discernment to take criticism objectively. And the reason why they lack the ability to take criticism objectively is because women don't have to perform. Since they don't have to perform, criticism hurts them a lot. Since we have to perform, criticism is a necessary component of self-improvement. Most women will go through their lives and not really ever have to self-improve. Let's be 1,000. Come pre-assembled, 18 years old, ready to go. Us needs a lot of assembly and time. So we are far more open and welcoming of valid criticism because we understand that we must compete. It's a component about being a man. Women don't understand this concept. So any criticism that comes their way is going to be wildly misinterpreted. And then you add in the fact that their emotions change day by day and that they interpret things differently and they don't have to perform like we do. It's a nightmare. This is why they can never have power chat. This is why they can't be leaders. This is why they can't have power. This is why you don't want a woman ever having authority over you. It is literally the definition of a kid with dynamite, bro. It's like you got two people. You got an ATF agent who's dealt with explosives his entire life, bomb tech, has a suit, knows what he's doing. You send him in to disarm the bomb, or you give the bomb to some 7-year-old that's in a special class. What? That's females. And I know that's an extreme example, but I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, like it's that serious. It's that serious. Literally, just a few seconds into this video and this is already lying to y'all, bro. What are we doing? Anyway, let's carry on.
Number 2, the higher his body count, the higher his value.
No. The higher the body count, the more than likely the higher his value. Because for a man to have sex with a lot of women, he's doing something right. That's by definition, essentially. He might have a lot of status. He might have a lot of money. He might have incredible charm, might have a lot of game. No one is saying having more bodies makes you higher value. What we are saying is it is a component to assess value, you stupid. Incredible. Incredible. You can't be this stupid. But again, she's a female, so she doesn't understand the masculine journey. She doesn't understand how difficult dating is for men. She doesn't understand that most guys struggle to get a date. She doesn't understand that 99% of men on Tinder and Bumble and all these other dating apps are virtually invisible. She doesn't understand that women grossly overvalue themselves and rate themselves as 8s, 9s, and 10s, even if they're morbidly obese, as we just saw in our past video. She don't get it. She don't know. So no, you dumb. It's not that the higher body count means the higher your value. What it means is if you have a high body count, I know you're bringing value in some way. Big difference. Big difference. But again, misinterpreting what we're saying to push her dumbass point. You guys said she's a Jew, by the way? Are we surprised at this point when y'all said she's a Jew?
A godly man knows the real flex is self-control.
Shut the up. Oh my God, I hate when women say this. The real flex is self-control. That's easy for you to say. That's easy for you to say. Who the fuck are you to tell a man to self-control? Bitch, I had to self-control to build up this empire. I had to self-control to go to the gym. I had to self-control to make all this money. I had to self-control to not get a bunch of random pregnant. I had to self-control to fight all the men to compete for the position that I have. The out of here, bro. The only reason I'm in the position to self-control, as she's claiming, is because I already practiced the self-control. That's how stupid these are. These hoes think like you wake up one day and you're a multimillionaire. You get what I'm saying? It's like they think you wake up one day, oh, open up your bank account, $7 million in that. The out of here. The whole reason why I'm at where I'm at in the first place is because of self-control, you stupid. Here's the problem. You just don't like that I don't utilize that self-control so that you can't have control over me. I'm going to say that again. You just don't like that I've utilized this self-control to get into a position in my life where a lot of women want me and now you want me to self-control because it puts you at a disadvantage. Anytime a girl says some stupid like a real man XYZ or the real flex is XYZ, it's always going to be met with something that puts you at a disadvantage while simultaneously putting them at an advantage. You guys got to understand that for females, they don't want to have to compete against other women. Competition is very uncomfortable to women. You guys get that? They're not built for it and they're not used to it. But they respond favorably to it, especially when it comes to in the sexual marketplace against other women. They always fight for leverage. Yes, somebody just said that. Agreed. Yes. So this woman is so stupid that she doesn't understand that for the man to even get in the position to get he had to have the self-control in the first place. But again, she doesn't understand this because women don't understand the masculine journey, guys. There's a famous saying, women don't want to go through your struggles. They just want to wait at the finish line of the winners. That's how it goes. For women, it begins when you win the race, but they were never there running with you. They never saw you setting up for the race. Drake famously said roughly 10 years ago, Kobe, I hate it had to be him. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym when they talked about how he was going to potentially lose money in a divorce or whatever. Kobe, I hate it had to be him. He wasn't with me shooting in the gym. The only reason they can say stupid like this is because they don't understand. Yeah, it's called stay scheming. They don't understand the enormous amount of struggle a man has to endure to even get to the position where he's attractive to females. They don't get it, bro. They don't get it. They just truly don't understand this. A trust fund baby is never going to understand the sacrifice, the pain, the torture, and the discipline you had to exercise and or endure to get to that position because they never did it. Women that tell men that they need to self-control is the functional equivalent of a trust fund baby telling a self-made millionaire how to invest their money. How about you shut the up, trust fund baby? You got your $1 million when you turned 18. I had to wait until I was 36 to get this money. So I'll be damned if you're going to tell me how to spend my money when I exercise the very self-control that you're telling me to exercise. The out my face. I've mastered it. That's how I got to this position. If anything, you have no self-control because you never had to build that muscle up. So guys, I'm here to tell y'all, never let someone tell you to self-control, discipline. They're trying to tell you how to run the race, but they never ran a race in their life. They're not in there shooting with you in the gym. They're not in there when you're doing those extra hours at your job. They're not in there when you're in the gym lifting weights. They're not in there when you're going to bed hungry because you're like, I ran out of calories for the day. They're not there when you're standing there with 3 plates on your back about to squat down, not sure if you're going to be able to stand back up. They're not there when you're studying and grinding for an exam. They're never there. But then they want to sit there and tell you after you went through the trials and tribulations and the pain and the sacrifice to exercise some self-control, not knowing that you exercise self-control in the entire process, which is why she likes you in the first place. The fuck out my face. This is why it's such an insult when women say stupid like this. I'll be damned if a trust fund baby is going to tell a self-made millionaire how to spend their money or how to invest. You. And anyone that's actually grinded hard and pulled themselves out of the gutter, all of you guys can empathize with me. Women don't know when it comes to the masculine journey. Women don't know when it comes to building yourself up. They don't know about being attractive. They don't know when it comes to learning how to speak well, being charming, being charismatic, being funny, understanding body language. We had to learn all this. They don't learn anything. But then they want to sit here and tell you like, oh yeah, the real flex is self-control. Shut the fuck up. You don't even know what self-control is. You know, because here's the funny part. If I told the female, hey, I need you to have some self-control. You got to date guys that are 5'8", making $50K per year. Have some goddamn self-control. Control that goddamn hypergamy. They would laugh at me. They would laugh at me. That's unfathomable. Unprecedented. And the reason why is because you can't sit there and tell people to self-control what they're biologically attracted to. What men want is always demonized and needs to be self-controlled. But I don't see anyone ever telling women, you need to self-control your hypergamy. You need to lower your standards a little bit. No, we tell women, shoot for the stars. Get the best guy that you can get, even though you don't deserve him. You're a 9 out of 10, baby. You deserve it all. The very self-control that they try to tell us to exercise, they've never, ever exercised in their life. And if I were to put the shoe on the other foot and I tell them, hey, well, control your hypergamy a little bit. I think you need to, bring it down a notch, get a more average guy. They'll look at me like I'm crazy. How dare you tell me what I should be attracted to? How dare you tell me to lower my standards? But they didn't work to get to that position. But they want to turn around and tell you to have self-control when they didn't work for what the they got. This getting cooked, bro.
Not collecting women.
The human trafficking truck.
Number 3, high value means having big biceps and an even bigger wallet. A godly man understands.
No, it's about being in shape. Who the ever said? Who said you being high value is about having big biceps and a big wallet? No, it's about being in shape. You dumb, bro. See, that's why I can't even take this girl seriously, bro. I can't even take her seriously. Who said that? She's just making this up. Who the said it's about being high value is about having big biceps and a big wallet? Now I know she's lying. What are we doing?
That no amount of money can buy an extra few inches. Number 4, real men don't cry. Godly men are smart enough to know.
No, don't cry in front of your woman. Don't bastardize what I said. Do not bastardize what I said, bitch. See, here she is lying. Again, completely misinterpreting what I said. I said, don't cry in front of your woman. Do not subject your woman to you being a bitch. Okay? And honestly, it's for her own good. No woman wants to sit there and watch her guy break down and be unsure of the future. Do not subject your woman to that uncertainty. She doesn't deserve that. So what she doesn't understand is I'm actually protecting the woman by telling the guy not to cry in front of her. Think about it. If a female loves and respects you and submits to you, and she defers to your authority, how dare you cry in front of her and make her unsure if she made the right choice? See, no one ever actually looks at what I'm saying and why I'm saying it. Because if you actually listen to what I say, you would realize that women benefit from everything that I'm saying. When I say, don't cry in front of your woman, it's because if you're that guy and you did what you were supposed to do and you're the provider, you're the protector, etc., that woman clearly relies upon you immensely. So do not make her think she made the wrong decision. Do not make her suffer alongside you. Women can't handle trauma the same way that we can. So since this woman is such a doesn't understand that it's actually for the woman's protection that you don't cry in front of her. Let me put it out in fucking layman's terms because she's so stupid and she's misinterpreting what I said. As a man, it's your job to provide and protect. That's your job. Rain, hail, or shine. There's no lapse in that duty. Whenever you cry in front of your woman, what you've effectively done is you've displayed to your female that you might not be the right partner. Because women have a certain thing in the back of their brain that assesses their man's ability to lead. They can't control it. So it's literally hardwiring. If your girl ever sees you get beaten up, if your girl ever sees you cry, if your girl ever sees you display an enormous amount of softness, something in the back of their brain makes their skin crawl, and it's biologically put there for a survival as a survival mechanism. Because for the longest time, women had to attach themselves to a strong man for their own survival. So when I say don't cry in front of your woman, I'm telling you to protect your woman. Your unsurety is your problem, not hers. You took the job up to take care of her and protect her, right? Good. All you're going to do is stress her out and make her feel nervous. And she can't even help you, to be honest. She can't help you. You're making her feel helpless. And now you've created stress for her. How about you cry in solitude or cry in front of your friends that can actually fucking do something for you to fix the problem? So, yeah, you're damn right, you dumb. When I tell men not to cry, I tell them not to cry in front of their woman, who they're responsible for. As a leader, it is my duty to show competency at all times. If I'm a general in the military and I'm leading my troops into charge, I better be sure that we're executing the best and most proficient strategy for victory. I can't show unsurety. I can't be crying. I can't be losing my, oh my God, I don't know if we can do this. Oh my God. No matter what's going on, you must be steadfast in your resolve to be a stoic, decisive leader, regardless of how you feel inside. Don't let her see that. She's submitting to you, so then she wants you to be the leader. Suck it up and do your job as the man. Don't cry in front of your girl. Your mom dies, your grandma dies, you're at a funeral or some shit. You lost your job, something horrible happens to you, go to the bathroom and just let it out for 5-10 minutes and come back out like nothing happened. Do not let your woman see that, dude. Dumb like this will sit there and tell you godly men cry in front of their women. Shut the up. Shut the up. So yeah, she's clearly misinterpreting what I said.
Oh, that even the strongest man in history wept. Number 5,
Yeah, see, she completely misinterpreted what I said. I said, don't cry in front of your girl, bro. That's a huge difference. Again, this girl's just been lying the entire time.
marriage to one woman is a trap.
I don't remember anybody saying that. No, it's more about if you want to be monogamous, you can be, but it's got to be on your terms.
A godly man.
Most guys are monogamous by necessity because they don't have the ability to keep their girl unless they give monogamy. You need to be able to be polygamous. Whether you actually exercise it or not is up to you. But you need to have the ability to be polygamous. But again, she doesn't, this girl's just like misconstrued everything.
And
misinterpret everything.
knows that loyalty to one woman is far more respectable than simply collecting options.
Shut the up. That's not another lie. No, women respect men that can replace them. That's what women respect. Because here's the thing. What women say they want versus what they respond to are two different things. A woman is going to respect you 10 times more if she knows that you can replace her with another. That's the only thing women respond favorably to, especially in today's sexual marketplace, where women have all the options. The only thing that you can really do is have the ability to replace her with another chick. That's the only thing women respond to nowadays. You can't slap these hoes no more, bruh. Okay? You can't Sean Connery these hoes.
Welcome, punch!
That's what you used to do in the 1950s. But you can't do that anymore. So the only thing you can do is have other women there so that if your girl does some, you could kick her out the house and get another. That's really the only leverage you have. Can't 007 these hoes no more, nigga.
Welcome, punch!
All right, this ain't, 1990s WWE, WWF Raw. Dudley boys throwing through tables like that. Like, those days are done, bro. Stone Cold Steve Austin giving Linda McMahon stunners and shit, bro. You can't do that no more, bro. Even WWE doesn't show women getting their asses whooped no more, bro.
Bombacat!
Things have changed. Remember, you used to throw to the table and stuff? You can't do that no more. We are full-on PG era. Not just WWE, but in real life too, man. There's nothing to check there's nothing to check bad female behavior anymore, guys. All of the roadblocks that used to keep women in line are gone. Shame, religion, the institution, all of it is gone, dude. All of it. Or been significantly reduced in effectiveness.
The 5 biggest lies that fake alpha men will tell you that godly men never would.
Yeah, this bro.
Number 1, if you're not a virgin, you're worthless.
Yeah. This girl is, what is this? And you know what? You know what's funny? I'm willing to bet that this girl was a whore before she did this whole shift. Yo, I am willing to bet, bro, that this girl probably did some 304 and then changed. Yeah, she's a corporate lawyer. Yeah, bro. Yeah, see, there we go. There's corporate lawyer. There we go. There we go. That means she went to college for a significant amount of time. And we know what women do in college. So, anyway, no, good video, bro. Good video.